Today, we will delve into the truth behind a real city that inspired the eerie Silent Hill, well known in movies and games. This locale turned into a ghost town due to an already unraveled mystery, and we will unveil this intriguing story now. Centralia is a district located in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania, in Columbia County, and was founded in 1875. By 1890, Centralia already housed around 2,000 inhabitants, with schools and commerce, due to the extensive coal mines it possessed. After years of mining excavations, around May 1962, the city's decline began with an event at a landfill located on the outskirts of the settlement. As in previous years, the municipality had hired the services of a company to clean the landfill. In previous years, when the garbage dump was located elsewhere, there had been no issues. However, in 1962, the landfill occupied an abandoned open-pit mine. As workers had done on other occasions, they piled up the garbage in one corner of the landfill and set it on fire, letting it burn for a while. Later, they extinguished the ashes with a hose. It was the usual procedure, but this time the fire did not completely go out, continuing to burn underground. Before becoming operational, the landfill had been inspected to ensure that all holes from previous excavations in the ground were sealed with non-combustible material to prevent this. However, it seems that no one sealed the hole through which the fire spread to the mine. In addition to toxic gases, many other dangers alarmed the residents of Centralia. The owner of a gas station closed its doors in despair after discovering that the gasoline in the underground tank was exceeding 75 degrees Celsius, 167 degrees Fahrenheit. Originally, the fire could have been easily extinguished by simply excavating the affected area. It seems that a mining engineer offered to do so for only $175. Later, another resident of the town also volunteered, offering an even lower price, just in exchange for a portion of the coal. However, the fire had become a state matter, and a bureaucratic tangle prevented swift decision-making. As time passed, the fire continued to spread, and the potential solution became more expensive and complicated. The Department of the Environment finally conducted surveys to dig trenches that could put an end to the fire, but they used only smoke as a guide, which drew criticism from engineers for not being the most appropriate method. The disorganization was such that often, when they finished digging a trench, the fire had already spread to the other side. Tony Gaughan, a character in David de Kock's book Fire Underground, in the chapter Slow Burn, blames the failure of this strategy on the slow pace at which they carried out the work. They employed a single shift instead of 3, and moreover, they took days off on all holidays and festivities. A pace more suitable for routine work than for an emergency. On May 22, 1969, the first 3 families of Centralia had to be evacuated. However, it was on February 14, 1981, when the ground opened beneath the feet of Todd Domboski, a 12-year-old child. It was a hole more than 40 inches in diameter and of significant depth. Todd had noticed thin columns of smoke rising from a grassy area near a tree, and he walked to check what it was. Suddenly, the ground opened beneath him, and he sank up to his knees into a muddy pit amid the smoke. While sinking and calling for help, Todd managed to grab an exposed root from the nearby tree. He continued to sink and cry for help while holding on, fighting for his life. His cousin, Eric Wolfgang, came to the scene and was able to pull Todd out. He emerged covered in hot mud, but he was okay. Todd could very easily have lost his life that day. Subsequent analyses revealed that the hole was emitting lethal amounts of carbon monoxide. If he had remained there for just a few more minutes, suffocation would likely have occurred. If he had fallen to the bottom, death would have been nearly instantaneous due to the large quantity of gases accumulated in the deepest part. The sinking of the ground and the formation of immense cracks were another set of dangers posed by the fire to the town as the coal was reduced to ashes, creating empty spaces. The incident, which garnered national attention, eventually divided Centralia into 2 camps. On one side were those in favor of evacuating the people, and on the other were those who did not want to leave. In 1983, an independent study asserted that the fire was much larger than believed and had already reached the town's subsurface. A final study confirmed that an excavation on the necessary scale to resolve the problem would be prohibitively expensive. Faced with this situation, the governor proposed a voluntary relocation plan and the purchase of the entire town. The United States Congress contributed the necessary $42 million to buy all the houses, demolish them, and relocate the residents. The majority of the inhabitants, more than 1,000, were relocated to nearby villages such as Mount Carmel and Ashland. Over 500 buildings were demolished. However, a few families, consisting of 63 residents, were not willing to abandon their homes. Despite official warnings, they chose to stay. Some believed it was all a government and mining companies' conspiracy to seize their extraction rights, which they estimated to be worth several $billion. According to the 2000 U.S. Census, Centralia had a population of 21 inhabitants. By 2007, the population was estimated to be 9. In 2002, the U.S. Postal Service revoked Centralia's zip code, 17927. Centralia inspired the story of the town of Silent Hill, giving rise to horror movies and eerie games. In the narrative, the city has a strong connection to the paranormal, and the Silent Hill area is encompassed by a curse that seems to attract those with darkness in their hearts. And Centralia? Do you think it was just a result of human incompetence, or was the city cursed to prevent anyone from staying there? These and other cases are showcased here on the Mystery Machine channel. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe.